Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Why is it that we cannot see God? The simple answer to this question is that God belongs to the category of realities that cannot be seen in this present worldly life. The life that we are experiencing, it has two types of realities. There are realities that we perceive through our five senses, sense perception. We see certain things and we acknowledge that they are a reality. We hear certain voices, sounds, and we acknowledge them. We smell and we acknowledge. We touch and we acknowledge. We taste and we acknowledge. So we have sense perception, which when we are able to experience certain realities through them, we acknowledge them as realities. However, we also acknowledge many other realities which are of the nature that they cannot be seen or heard or touched or smelt or tasted. How do we acknowledge them? Through arguments, through intellectual reasoning. For example, in science, it is an acknowledged reality that there is gravity in this planet, in the world, in the earth that we live in. How do we know it? Well, objects come towards this surface of this earth. They do not move away from it. There has to be something that causes the ball, when we kick it up or throw it up, to come down. Without seeing it, without hearing it, we all acknowledge that there is gravity, which even if we cannot see it, we have to acknowledge it. Likewise, there are realities like, for instance, love. A mother loves her children. How can we see it? There is no object that is seen and described as love. It's an attitude, it's a behavior, it's a feeling. It's in the nature of this reality that it cannot be perceived through five senses. Likewise, intelligence, likewise, patience, etc. So, God also belongs to the category of realities that cannot be perceived through our sense perception. We need to acknowledge Him through intellectual reasoning. The more we will reason positively, properly, the more we will understand God and come close to Him. One might ask, why then is it that there are many people who do not acknowledge God, despite the fact that they are very intelligent? Well, a simple answer to this question is that to believe in God, you need to have a responsible behavior which you will have to display after believing in Him. Belief in God entails an attitude of responsibility, but there are not many people who would like to acknowledge God and then behave in a manner which is expected if you believe in God. Some people react to the behavior of religious people, and therefore they become biased and don't give the arguments that lead to God the kind of importance that an intelligent person should give. If, by the way, gravity was also to be acknowledged after going through a trial, if, for example, it is announced that those who believe in gravity will have to pay a penalty of $10 per day, I can assure you that there are many people who would start saying that we don't believe in gravity and would come up with one flimsy, lame excuse or another to deny it. So, God cannot be seen because He is a reality that is unseen, which He has to be acknowledged through arguments, and therefore to demand that we should see Him, to believe in Him, is a silly demand.